So,
hi, Tamara.
Hi. So you have the Washington Post saying that this claim deserves 4 Pinocchios here. How is the campaign trying to clarify what she said compared to what Comey said, which I have in front of me here?
Well, thanks, Tamara, for the opportunity to address it. Number one, as Secretary Clinton mentioned in that interview yesterday and has said repeatedly, obviously her use of a single account for a personal email account for work purposes was a mistake. It was an error. She regrets it and has apologized for it. I think that the question that she got yesterday was sort of suggesting that she had misrepresented things to the American people over the last several months, and what she attempted to indicate in her response was that Director Comey was very clear when he was asked in the hearing before Congress last month about the nature of the answers that she gave in her interview to the Justice Department, and Director Comey in response was quite clear that he had no reason to believe that anything she ever said to the Justice Department was at all untruthful. And what she was indicating in that interview to Chris Wallace was that what she said to those Justice Department interviewers was entirely consistent with what she has said to the public for the last several months in the many questions that we've answered on this issue.
But at the heart of the question was classified material in the email was exchanged. Let me play what Director Comey said when asked that.
Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified on her emails either sent or received. Was that true?
That's not true. There were a small number of portion markings on, I think, 3 of the documents.
Secretary Clinton said, I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
There was classified material emailed.
I know this morning Robbie Mook said that these were employees who sent the classified email to Secretary Clinton. Do you understand why that received a what from a number of people after she said it in that interview?
Well, let me just address those 2 points that were raised in that round of questioning that you just played. Because later in that same congressional appearance, Director Comey expanded on those answers. And so on the first point, Director Comey indicated that, yes, there were 3 emails that appeared to have something resembling markings. What he said later in that same hearing is that those were improper markings, and anyone reading those 3 emails could have reasonably concluded that the information was not classified. That's why we've resolved that issue, notwithstanding that exchange that you just played. The second issue that Trey Gowdy raised there with Director Comey was about the 110 emails that Director Comey says were classified at the time. But what we have always maintained and still maintain is that she did not believe that those emails were classified. They lacked any markings. They were sent to her by people that know the difference between what's classified and what's not. So she was acting entirely in good faith and had no reason to believe that those emails were classified. And later in his congressional appearance, the director acknowledged that he had no reason to question that whether Hillary Clinton actually believed that those emails were classified. So on both of those 2 points, he expanded on his answers later in the hearing, and that's what Secretary Clinton was referencing in her interview with Chris Wallace yesterday.
All right, Brian, thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it.